Well, we're still at Ipswich. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I do not know. We did apply to a few jobs over the summer, including Arsenal, Newcastle, Everton, Crystal Palace, Derby County. Basically, we were trying to stay in the Premier League. It didn't quite work out. We did have an interview with Derby, but they went with Gary Monk in the end. And who would blame them? Who would go for a guy that's got 2 relegations in 6 seasons? It's not looking good, but I think we've had a good summer, and I am positive that we can go straight back up because of one thing, and, well, one thing only. Paul Glatzel, everybody. Hey guys, welcome back to Small Football Manager 2018 and part 1 of Season 7 of the Journeyman with Ipswich Town, and today we have the first game of the season against Bolton, and one eye is on this match as well, which will be in the next episode against Fleetwood, but we are playing Bolton today after I talk you through the summer really. We were given £12 million to spend. The way we ended off last season was terribly, basically. We lost the last 3 games, 2-0 against Man City, 4-1 against Swansea, and then 1-0 against Crystal Palace. So, you know, you guys didn't see that, and you didn't really need to. Andre Gray getting the only goal in that time, and he was the only player really performing at that stage. But we'll come into this season with a little bit more confidence, hopefully. You know, this is how our pre-season has gone. We won the first. Actually, that's spoilers. So let's have a look at the players we've brought in. You might already have spotted a couple of them, and we're still working on more incomings and outgoings. I think that's what we're going to say. Pardon me. Anyway, here's the transfer history. A lot of players. Now, that'll be your first reaction. You'll be like, whoa, Joe, you've signed so many players. But Kevin Essien, Clayton Robb, Anthony Reid, Cameron Yates, Jake Bruce, Dan McCarthy, Jonathan Chapman, Andy and Watkins have all been signed by the assistant manager. So, is there any way I can... it doesn't look like it, but yeah, anyway, my first signing of the summer was Tom Field, 4.6 million from Preston North End. I can't help but feel we were a little bit ripped off here. He is valued 6 million, so I'll let them off. He's had a good time of it in the UEFA European Championship and in the International League for Ireland, which is good. He's been playing at Preston in the Championship the last few years and has been doing a decent job, and I feel like we were very weak at left back last season, which is why I've brought him in, and he had a good time at the likes of Brentford and Wigan as well before that. So yeah, I think he is going to be a decent sign, and he'll come in as our number 1 choice at left back. 3-star ability. He's a good player for Championship sides, which is good. We also signed Arthur from SPO. Unfortunately, the real name fix doesn't work once you've started your save, so that's why I don't have the Brazilian names, but he's a centre-back. He can also play in defensive midfield. He's worth 4.5 million. We signed him for 1.2 million, so that's a pretty good signing. He hasn't played that many games in his career, but he plays well when he does play, and is by far the best defender on paper at the club. And he has got a little bit of potential to improve at the age of 24. You know, you would expect that he's going to come into his own in the next few years. And his mental stats are brilliant. And he's got all the key defending attributes as well. This is the big one, though. The return, the prodigal son, Paul Glatzel, comes to join us at Ipswich. He certainly wasn't interested in joining Ipswich, but it said in the little thing, his admiration for Joe Hannard persuaded him to come, and that is absolutely fantastic. He's going to be beastly this year. He scored 31 goals in 43 last year. I think he scored 26 in 23 when we left Fleetwood. He didn't have the best second half of the season, but hopefully we can reinvigorate his form and see his potential into the Premier League. And maybe even sign him at the end of this season. He's valued at 10 million. His contract does expire at the end of the year, so we could be seeing Paul Glatzel join us permanently at whatever club we are at, because we might not be at Ipswich at the end of this year. But some brilliant stats last year, and I cannot wait to work with him. And if we can get him playing again, a promotion charge is on the cards. We also signed Salomon Rondon first. 33 years old now, Venezuelan of course. He was at West Brom for absolutely years. Consistently scored goals, and then he was at Club America last year, scored 7 in 10 starts. So we're bringing him in, and hopefully he'll do a decent job. He's apparently the 6th best striker at the club. I disagree with that. I think he's the 4th best striker at the club, and I think he'll do a job for us at least. We've also signed Chris Small, a bit of experience at the back, 33 years old, former Manchester United player, went to Swansea and Bournemouth before joining Bournemouth on a free a couple of years ago. He didn't play at all last season for some reason, but he was keeping match fit by playing in the reserves and actually did alright for them. And I think he'll be a decent signing. You know, he's coming in as our fourth best central defender. He's still got decent stats, I think. And I think Chris Smalling will be a good sign. And we also signed Kieran Clark on a free transfer. He's 33 years old as well. A lot of experience has been signed, because I feel like that's what we were lacking last season. We had a fairly young squad. Obviously, he was at Fleetwood last season and had a decent time of it, so we know he can still play at this level. Abel Hernandez, this is one that I'm quite happy with. 5 million we spent on him. He's 33 years old now as well, but he has been scoring a lot of goals in recent years, and last year especially. This is what attracted us to him. 21 goals in 37 appearances last year. If he can perform like that, I feel like we've got a bit of an ensemble longer alongside Mr. Paul Glatzel up top. He's still got good pace. He's got very, very good attributes around the board. This is a bit of a risky one. Josh McEachran on a 6 million deal. He's a central midfielder. You know, he's worth a little bit more. He's 30 years old now, Josh McEachran, but he's had a lot of years in the Championship now, playing regularly, week in, week out, and I feel like that's the sort of player we need to get out of it. Finally, we've signed Harry Arter, another 33-year-old, so these are very short-term signings, but at the end of the day, we need to get players in who are going to perform. We've seen that with Joe Allen last season when he came in. Harry Arter sitting alongside him in midfield in a totally new look midfield, because we have sold a load of players. Mason Mount to Brentford for 4 million. Ovi Ajaria, I couldn't control that, unfortunately. I loved Ajaria and I wanted to keep him here. I offered him a new contract, but he did have a relegation release clause, and Fulham snapped him up for 7.25 million, an absolute bargain, if you ask me. Fulham are in the Premier League, so fair enough to that one, but we know how good he is, and that's a big loss. Andre Green has gone as well, 11.25 million to the same side, Fulham. He wanted to leave after the club was relegated, and I thought, you know what, fresh start. We'll use the money there to bring in other players. Mandeville, he wasn't at the club last season, but he's gone. A few players have gone out on loan. Callum Connolly has gone for a tuppence, really. You know, not much in the grand scheme of things. And Emma Hughes has gone to FC Lorient for 2.7 million. Didn't really feature for me last season, but has been a bit of an Ipswich legend over the years, and certainly in the Championship would have possibly been a good player. But 2.7 million, we'll get some money in the tank. And if you look at the finances, absolutely brilliant. We've had a big surge in money over the last few months. I don't know whether that's parachute payments or whatever. We've still got money in the bank for transfers and wages if we need, but I'm pretty happy with my summer signings. Let me know down in the comments what you think about them, and where do you think we're going to finish this season, because the media are a bit pessimistic. They think that we are going to finish in 9th position. Now, that's gone up a little bit. They were sort of thinking around 12th, 13th. And you'll probably be able to see it somewhere. Can we see it on general, maybe? Media prediction 9th. It hasn't changed there. But it certainly was lower than that, and the board only won top half this season, so there's not a lot of pressure on us, to be fair. So I think just stabilise the club this season, try and go for the playoffs. I don't think we're going to be good enough for a title challenge, but we'll try. We will try. Let's have a look at pre-season. We won 3-0 against Livingston. Sam Vokes and Andre Gray getting on the score sheet there. We then lost 5-2 to Hearts. Disappointing. Chris Smallman and Maya scoring. Then we beat North Ferriby United 3-1, Paul Glatzel getting his first goals for the club, and Salaman Rondon also doing that, and Wickham 1-1, that was disappointing, but Fosu getting on the score sheet there. So, without further ado, let's have a look at the team for today. We've got Bartos still in goal, we've got Coleman remaining at right back, with Smallin and Arthur the centre-backs, and Tom Field at left-back. We've got Coomson, Allen and Arda in the middle, with Tariq Fosu starting left of Abel Hernandez and Paul Glatzel up top. We've got a very strong bench, and we've got a decent amount of depth, in my opinion. Alano is going to be our main left winger, but unfortunately he's injured at the moment, so Fosu gets the first chance to have a run out in the championship, and hopefully we can see the best of them, pardon me. Harry Arter in the centre midfield. We have got an old squad, and it kind of goes against what the Ipswich board want, because they want us to develop a younger first team, but at the end of the day, results are more important, and young players tend to be expensive. And we don't have unlimited money. We had about 26 million to spend, which isn't that much, and on my scout reports, these were the best players that came up, and if you're familiar with the rules of this journeyman, I can only use the scout reports in order to sign players, so that's where that's come from. But here we go, here's Fosu now to Arter. Harry Arter now wide to Fosu. Can he get forward? He certainly can, but only as far as Mason. Here's Vela now. Now to De Silva. Ismail. That's forward. Now to Arthur. Bartosz gets it away. Ooh, it was towards Glatzel, but couldn't quite bring it down. Here's Beattie. Now to Mason. This has been a very long opening highlight of the season. Ismail into the middle, and it's 1-0 already. Oh, Bolton 1-0 up. The other thing is, we're coming down with such a horrific run of form towards the end of the season, and I mean, we had that with Burton, if you like, as well, where we just had a terrible run of form. We got off to a bad start to the season, and we ended up mid-table and jumping ship to Fleetwood. But here's Abel Hernandez. Is it a penalty? No, it's not. Now to Silva. I'm just hoping that we don't have what happened at Burton happen again here. That would be rather annoying. Here's Beattie now to De Silva. Vela on the ball now to Beavers. That's forward to Tomlinson. What a chance this is. Oof. Side netting. Oh dear, Matty will be pleased though. Blackburn top of the table. Here's Coleman. Now to Allen. That's Coomson now. Coomson into the middle. De Silva. Here's Arter. Nope. That's away. Here's Arthur. Now to Coleman. To Coomson. To Abel Hernandez. Arter. That's forward to Glatzel. Yes! Paul Glatzel puts it in the back of the net, and it's 1-0. A goal on his debut. It's good to have you back, Paul Glatzel. And Abel Hernandez with the assist. No, it wasn't. It was Harry Arter with the assist. And a good finish by Paul Glatzel. And it's 1-1. That is what we're talking about. 10 minutes in. That is exactly what we needed. We needed to get back on terms. We needed Paul Glatzel to score. We need to know that he's not hurt from the last 6 months of last season when I wasn't managing him. Here's Coleman. Can he get forward? Here's Coomson now. Coomson to Arter. Now to Abel Hernandez. Abel Hernandez. Can he get through? No, he can't. That was just not the right pass there. Here's Tomlinson. Into the middle. It's Beattie and it's in. And that's Hernandez's fault. 2-1 now. And that was just the wrong pass. Why didn't he play it through towards Glatzel? And, they've come on the counter-attack. Fair enough. Both times Beatty shot, there was a bit of lag, so that's what I'm going to blame it on. That even in the replay there was that moment of lag, and obviously witchcraft went on, and the ball went in the back of the net. So Bolton a cheat. That's what we can take from this first half. But dear me, I mean, is that Frank Riley? I think that might be Frank Riley. We had him at Burton, I think. Here's Allen. Now to Coleman. Arter. Glatzel on the ball. Harry Arter gets it forward. But Harry Arter already on an injury as well. Smalling. Bartos gets it away. That's forward. That's Tomlinson. Oh my word. What has happened here? We're 3-1 down on the opening day of the season. I don't know where Bolton finished last year. It may well have been in League One, to be honest with you. But Tomlinson, what a finish that is. And we are going to check out where Bolton... Oh my goodness me, they finished 19th last season. Where are they predicted to finish? 21st, and we're getting thumped by them. Oh dear. And we've been poor. We've been absolutely abysmal in that first half. Harry Arter's injured. So Josh McEachran's going to come on. What can it... Oh yeah. Well, it's a like-for-like replacement, and he's 3 years his junior, so hopefully McEachran can be the difference here. He's obviously had a lot of experience at the Championship in the last few years, so come on. Here's Dickinson now to beat Dickinson. Gets it in, and Bartos comes out to collect. I think that might be one of the problems. We may need a better goalkeeper. Maybe that's what we've got to go and spend our money on, because, as cool as Bartos' name is, he hasn't necessarily done anything good for us, and now we're 4-1 down. Oh dear. I thought we'd recruited well over the summer. But I'm fearful that when I look at the ratings, it's going to be the new boys that are the problem. Oh dear, it's another highlight here. Smalling now to Arthur. Oh, what was that? De Silva now to Dickinson. Oh, not 5. Oh, it's away by Arthur. I feel like Arthur's done alright from what I've seen. Mason into the middle. It's away as De Silva. Dickinson. Beatty. Oh dear. What has happened here? Tomlinson with the goal. How are Fleetwood doing? Can we see how they're doing? 0-0 with Preston. Oh, we would have been in the Premier League with Fleetwood right now. If I hadn't been so stupid and greedy and... Abel Hernandez. Oh, I mean, look at this. Tom Field. What is that, son? Abel Hernandez as well. We'll bring in Rondon. What does he like to be? Target man. Then you be a target man, sir. We'll switch him to advanced forward. Oh. Bartos gets it away. Here's Dickinson. Now Beatty. Oh, good tackle by Allen. Now forward to Glatzel. Can he get forward to Rondon? He can. Solomon Rondon, good save. Good save. But we at least created a chance there. Oh, they've got two... Well, they've got a player on a hat-trick and one player that already has his hat-trick. Not good enough. Bartos gets it away. Now here's Smalling. What is going on here? Here's Arthur. Now Clark. Gets it forward. No. Beatty. Oh my word. We're being torn apart here. Coomson. We could be falling back down the leagues very, very quickly. Fosu forward and McEachran, but absolutely nothing on it. And what a terrible way to start the season. Full time, 5-1. I expected it to be tough. I didn't expect to get beat 5-1 on the first day of the season. I'm going to be totally honest with you. That is a shocker. But if you have enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like down below. It really, really does mean a lot for me and for the channel. Yeah, we're going to have to come back in the next episode. We're going to have to perform against our old club, Fleetwood Town, and then the next match is away to Brighton, who have come down with us. They finished above us in the league last year. We could be in a little bit of trouble. But if you have enjoyed, make sure you do hit that like button and subscribe if you'd like to see more. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.